What did Trump do right? What did Trump do wrong? What did Kamala Harris do right? Oh, all of the prognosticators are out giving their opinion. Hundreds and hundreds of different opinions coming out. And it's so shocking because I'm the only one who's right. Welcome to Doug in Exile. I'm Doug TenNapel. This is where the Happy Patriots are. We're just going to take a look at some of these Dems. I'm going to keep doing this thing because I'm just looking at their philosophy that they're using. I'm going, I don't think a lot of you are getting it.
Yeah, I think Donald Trump turned out that he knew our country better than we did.
By Biden staying in so late, we didn't have any process.
James Carville on them, Biden staying in too late, them not having a process. He misses one key issue, and that's that Biden was in there in the first place. Biden never should have run. Remember back when in 2020, they were hiding him. He wouldn't campaign. He wasn't debating from the basement and all that. So for starters, they were stuck with Biden when they ran him in 20. And then that forced a problem of them having to ditch Biden and bring someone else in. Even Carville, I don't think, is going, if we're going to talk about regrets and shoulda, woulda, coulda, they were never running on principle with Joe Biden.
If we'd had some kind of an open process, it would have been much better.
You know how you might have an open process? If you followed your name, Democratic vote. If only we had a process. Your party's named after a process.
What killed Biden was a sense of disorder.
What killed Biden is a sense of disorder. Is that what did it? Was it a sense of disorder? Is that what killed Biden? Because he came in so orderly, after COVID. I think even if you had a huge sense of order from Joe Biden or Kamala Harris, they'd still lose. How's that? It might even be that Trump did not have a sense of order, and yet he won. You guys can tell me in the chat below what you think of that idea of Biden displayed a lack of order. Certainly he displayed a lack of presence, as in he wasn't the president. We have no idea where he is even now. It'd be nice to see a proof of life on the guy.
And part of the sense of disorder was the unfortunate events of what I would refer to as the woke era.
This is something that Cenk Uygur from the Young Turks has also said over and over again. He goes, Kamala, you cannot run on a woke agenda. I mean, the biggest reason why Kamala can't run is because she doesn't believe in anything woke. She doesn't even know what woke is. She was just given a bunch of vocabulary words, and she's used to just repeating whatever culture says, and she'll put your finger in the air and go, yep, we need women's health care. She doesn't believe that. She doesn't even care. That's the hardest thing about the woke agenda is you have to really believe it and be willing to risk everything on it. No different than a conservative. If you're a Christian, you have to believe in your faith and in your principles, even if it costs you an election. No one got that sense from Kamala Harris. So now he's blaming the woke agenda on the Democrats.
We got beyond it, but the image stuck in people's minds that the Democrats wanted to defund the police, that they wanted to empty prisons.
Where did we ever get the idea that the Democrats wanted to defund the police when they defunded the police? How did we ever get the idea that the Democrats wanted to empty the prisons when they emptied the prisons? We flat out watched Alvin Bragg not prosecute felons and then slap a felon on Trump. James Carville still doesn't understand that the Democrat Party has not moved on from this woke agenda. Sorry, buddy, you're wrong.
The immigration stuff, obviously, again, a big mistake, but more important, it created to the perception of disorder.
What's wrong with the southern border of 11 million people minimum coming over, and Chuck Schumer saying we're going to give them a path to citizenship and try and pack the vote? The only problem with that, James Carville says, is that it projects disorder. No, son, they're going to take over the country. There's no border. People are being killed. 300,000 lost illegal children into who knows what in America. It's not bad because it projects disorder. It's bad because it displays evil.
The Afghanistan withdrawal, while I think Biden was 100% right in getting out, it was disorderly. Inflation was a sign of people's disorder, that there wasn't anyone in charge.
James Carville, you need to open up your vocabulary. He's stuck on this disorder stuff. It's just the disorder, just that they didn't do it right. So you're so Find another word, buddy. Hey, come on the show, Carville. I'll straighten you out. I'm a hardcore Republican conservative. I hope the Democrats lose. I would never put an X down for a Democrat. I hope you guys lose every election. I would have come out and helped you straighten out your party. I could actually give you stuff that would be gold. You won't take it because your head's so far up.
You know, if we learn anything from this, is change is what wins elections. Particularly, people are pointing out, it's a 65% wrong track country, and in a 65% wrong track country, we were offering people the same track.
True. When the people are telling you you're screwing up, you don't say we're not changing anything. What candidate's going to come up and go, we're running against Joe Biden, that he wants to raise taxes, forgive student loans, leave the border open so illegals will help vote for Democrats? When the country says you're on the wrong track, what do? Are you going to suddenly become pro-life? No, they're going to double down on every Democrat position because our politics are much like a religion now. You religiously hold these things. You're not going to get me to change my position on being pro-life anymore. And you're going to find even less from Democrats that'll change their position on pro-women's health care.
Now the question becomes, where do the Democrats go from here? We're going to have an answer.
We're going to have to have an answer. I'm fascinated to find where the Democrats go from here. Hopefully they take that truck, which is careened off the road, and crash it straight into the ditch or run it off a mountain. Whatever direction they go from here, just keep going is my recommendation. Hey, Democrats, don't repent and don't change whatever you do. This is like me being evil Jonah in the town of Nineveh, where he didn't want them to repent. I so don't want the Democrats to repent that I feel like I might have to be careful with how bad my thoughts are right now.
Oh, okay, I have an idea. Let's go back to something we use, because we need a leader. There's nobody. I mean, Schumer's not
in charge of anything. He's not a leader. We need a leader. Here we go.
But there's no Nancy Pelosi that we had in the first term. All right, there's not a identifiable opposition leader.
Yeah, bring back Nancy Pelosi. They need a leader. How about Michelle Obama?
Because right now, the entire party, and when I say the entire party, I mean the not just the leadership, but the rank and file, is dazed, confused. They don't know which way to turn. There's no heir apparent. There's nothing. There's just a giant vacuum.
They're lost. Speaking of a giant vacuum, why don't you get rid of the giant vacuum that ends, human life? So I'll say there's a giant vacuum you guys need to ditch.
We are no longer seen as the party for the little guy. He was seen as the party for the little guy. He was seen as the ultimate disruptor. And yes, the edges were very rough, but in everyone's own minds, they sanded them down to the point of acceptability.
Democrat looking right at another Democrat in the eye on MSNBC, going, Trump is the guy for the little guy. And Democrats are the person for the rich, powerful elites. Now that I see it, they see it. I hope the Democrat Party doesn't do anything about it. I hope they don't change. I hope they keep doing what they're doing so they keep losing. I'm thanking God right now in prayer, in my private prayer life. I thank him all the time. I'm Doug in exile.